What's up, people? It's your favorite comic book guy, Joneser here, and we've got another one of these Masters of the Universe Origins figures. This time we've got Skeletor. So we're going to check him out. One thing that's really cool about these guys here is, they grub that nostalgia kick. Skeletor was obviously my favorite character. I loved Skeletor as a kid. There was the bumbling buffoon as he was played on the Filmation show, but he also could be played more serious in the comics and then a little darker in the minis. But I mean, obviously he's made to lose. He's the villain. He's fighting He-Man here. Well, the first thing we notice here is just like before with the previous video where we looked at He-Man. Yeah, he's got the retro look about him for the most part. I mean, his mouth's open, which kind of gives him that meow from the old school look. It kind of gives him kind of a comical appearance. I kind of like it. It's a little bit of a different rub. In the original one, the mouth was closed. Maybe he looked a little scarier, not quite as funny. We got looks like there's a mini comic. I think it's the same one from the He-Man box. And, the typical Masters of the Universe blister card, the Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction, modern posing for retro play. It's got the explosion here. If we flip the card around on the back, it was a really killer new artwork, of Skeletor here, and, yeah, he just really looks cool. And they show, some of the same features here that the He-Man box showed, that they can move differently, and they've got the other 6. Well, I found 2 of these, and the vehicle with Prince Adam and Battle Cat, which we'll be opening another video another time. I still got to look for 4 more, but when we get those, we're going to be opening them too. Okay, we've got our Skeletor here ready to go. So let's check them out. It was always a good feeling, to open these guys up. I'm sure there's somebody out there screaming, "Oh, but it's not new in the box anymore." But, never fear. I bought 2, so 1 will stay in the box, and this one kind of had a bit of a messed up card anyway, so he was made to open. Well, we'll get him out of here. I learned from my previous video here about these little bands on him here, so we brought some handy dandy scissors here to get him out of there. Last time I had a little bit of difficulty. Oh, he looks cool. The Lord of Destruction in all his glory. Oh yeah, I forgot about the feet ones. Oh, there we go. Skeletor. Wow. And just like the figure before, he feels really like no toy I've ever really felt before. It's the plastic feels very different. We got the cool different points of articulation that we didn't have. Wow. Oh, wow. I am in nerd heaven. This guy is the bomb. We have Skeletor. How cool. He came with the comic book. It looks like it's the same comic book that came with the He-Man. That's a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping we would get some different comic books with the different figures. The old one, I think in the first wave, they had at least 6. But, I'm still happy that we got something. That's pretty cool. Those comic books that were in there were always fun to read, even though the stories were really short. Well, we'll get his accessory bag here. It looks like he comes with the 2 classic accessories that Skeletor came with before. We've got the Havoc staff, and his half of the Sword of Power. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the He-Man lore. You know, in the cartoon, there was one Sword of Power, but in the original mini comics, the rub was He-Man had one half of the sword and Skeletor had the other. It looks like they're playing on that here. It looks like they connect together, just like the original ones did. This is really the weapon I thought Skeletor, you know, really works, is this Havoc staff. This is the cool one. It's more him. Oh yeah. Oh, this is cool. Very, very fun. Well, just like in the other video here, we're gonna compare Skeletor to his old school counterpart. It looks like the back straps are a little more like the classic figure, whereas the He-Man had a different thing where you could fit the sword in. Doesn't look like we're getting that for Skeletor, but that's okay. So here we go. Here's his evil twin from yesteryear. We'll see if we can get both accessories in the hand. Just like his friend here. Oh. I think he did that on purpose. Skeletor. Well, like we said, the differences are probably in the tone of color. This newer one is a little more brighter. I think I kind of like the brighter look about him. The accessories are, you know, more or less the same. I think the biggest difference is this closed mouth and open mouth, which, you know, I kind of like it. I think it looks kind of hip. You know, just like my He-Man, my Skeletor, he had some weird colors going on. You got the Eternian crotch rot, and the legs are weak, and he seems to fall. But, you know, this one's pretty cool. We'll see here if the sword does the same thing the old one did. Well, here we are. Here are the two classic Swords of Power. My Skeletor sword has seen better days, but you can see they collapse together to make the completed Sword of Power. And it looks like these new ones do the same thing. If I can line it up right here. Well, holy heck. There we go. There we go. We got the completed Sword of Power. I think just like the original one, there's a little bit of splitting on the end, which I think always happened. I remember as a kid trying to push that together to get it to not do that. But, you know, there we have it. Well, and I just had to show these two figures here together, preparing to do battle. Very fun. I think I'm going to be able to pose them in any way that I want to and create great display opportunities, you know, to let the toys, you know, do things that we couldn't do with the original ones, you know. And it's very cool, you know. I mean, He-Man was always a very special property to my heart, and I had a lot of fun and great memories with these as a kid, and it's kind of fun as an adult to come back and kind of, you know, look back at yesteryear and enjoy this stuff. So we'll be doing videos in the future. We've got the Battle Cat and the Prince Adam Sky Sled set, so we'll open them up and check them out. Hope you enjoyed.